All right, so next thing we're gonna do, got the fuel tank out. We're gonna start getting everything disconnected so I can get the rear axle out of this thing. So you see there's a little clip on the rear axle here. That just, typical thing, just slide that back and press it in and undo the clip on that, and that will fall right out. Next I gotta take off a few of these things here. To hold on the wires to the emergency brake cable. So I'm gonna take those off. Probably just connect the brake lines. I'm sure they're on there really good, and they're probably not gonna come off. So I'll probably just cut those off, put the new ones on, and go from there. Get the shocks off, tires, and hopefully get the rear end out. So let me keep going. Well, this thing was rusted on just like I thought it would be. So heck with it, man. I'll just let it go as it is, right? And I'm sure this clip is not going to be any easier to take off. Guarantee you that. Let's see here. See if we use some pliers, maybe get it out, but it's really rusted in there. I really don't think I'm gonna be saving any of this anyway. I mean, it might come out, but I don't really know. Well, the clip came out, but well, I mean, it's not worth saving. Not worth saving, I don't think. I mean, it's probably all right, but I don't know. We'll see. If I'm going this far, what's another $20 brake line, you know? All right, so we got that off. Rear depth is disconnected. That's off right there. We can put this kind of out of the way. And next is going to be, we got some other brake lines down here, but those could probably stay on there for now. They're not going to bother me any for what I'm doing now, so that could stay on. This bracket here will have to come off, so I can take this off, and then I can start taking the rest of the stuff off. So hang on one second. All right, so I'm trying to get these shocks off here. The top I'm not too worried about because, the frame's getting scrapped anyway, and I don't care about the shocks. I can get new bolts for it, so I might just leave that part on and try to get the bottom off. But put the impact wrench on yesterday, and they wouldn't do anything. So I got a 21mm socket on it, and I got a pipe on my ratchet. So let's just see if that will do anything. Maybe something, we'll see. I'm not sure why these bolts are so tight. I mean, they've been on there a while, but not that long. Well, maybe that I broke it loose now a little bit. Maybe I'll try the impact wrench again. See if that'll do anything. I don't really know. But let me get the impact wrench. All right, so let's give this impact wrench a try. Let me try a little more with my pipe here and see if I get it loosened up. I don't know why it's so tight. All right, so what I've done now is I didn't film it, but I had to cut these bolts off the shocks so they wouldn't come out top or bottom for nothing. I mean, I tried putting MAP gas on them and getting them nice and red hot, and that didn't work either. And same as this side here, I just cut the bolts off, and I was getting the ones. I was getting too aggravating, so it was easier just to cut them off. I just used an angle grinder to cut them off. It worked pretty good. So now I can actually start getting the axle out of here. I can get the wheels off and keep moving along. So hang on. All right, so what I got done now is I obviously got the wheels off it. I had to cut one of the emergency brake lines here, but what are you gonna do? I'll get a new one. I put it up on some more jack stands in the back here, and my plan is to take these nuts off here, and if I take that off and drop the axle down, then I can come back later and get the springs out. So I think that's my plan. So hang on one second. All right, let's see if we can get these off. I've been soaking these for a long time with the PB Blaster, so we'll see if it comes off and go from there. Let me just put some, make sure we got some tension on there. Let's see if it works. All right, I got a 21 deep socket. This one's a little too short. All right, let's try a deep socket. See if that works. That one came out pretty easy. I hope this works anyway. We'll see. So that's those four. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think I'm all right. I don't think there's any problems with doing that. So let me go around the other side and we'll get those done too. That's all the U-bolts are out, and now let's see if I can drop it down and hopefully it comes out. We'll find out in a minute. Plate off here. Quick sandblast and repaint. That looked pretty nice. I'm gonna reuse the springs too, so I'm gonna sandblast the springs and put those back on because I priced out new springs and they're like $700, so I'm gonna save these. There's nothing wrong with them. If it needs new bushings, we'll put new bushings in it. It's not a big deal. So let me lower this down and see how it goes. Hope it all goes as planned, right? Well, not really, but it's all right. Yeah, I think we're good. Just gotta drag it out and that should be it. Alright, so what I did is I put the floor jack under, I blocked up the brake caliper just so it's easier to drag out. So yeah, it went okay, you know. And the shocks here, I gotta cut those bolts off them because they're not coming off. So, but all in all, I'm pretty happy. Get it sandblasted, repainted, put it back in. All right, so I'm gonna start by getting the axle ready to sandblast. I want to take the rotors off and the calipers off, and I might leave some of these brake lines on for now, just so I can get some new ones so I can match them up. I'm gonna take that brake line off, that and that. So let me get started. Let's get these lug nuts off first. I put them on here because I didn't want to lose them, but I'll just put them in a box or something and label it. And I bought new rotors for it. These aren't bad, but they're really, really rusty, as you can probably see in the picture here. So I'm going to replace those. I'm going to get some new calipers for it too. These work fine, but they're just really rusty, so I want to just replace all this stuff with some nice new metal. I can sandblast them and redo them, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm just going to get some new ones. So this is a 13 millimeter, if you're wondering, for the calipers. So we'll get those out first, then we get the rotor off. Actually, you know what I might do first? Before I take the caliper off, I'm going to take the brake hose off first. And that's an 11 millimeter socket. I'll take that off. So let's get that out first. That way there, I can just pull the whole caliper right off without having it hang down. So that's what I'm going to do. That's it right there. Nothing much to it. I'm going to put the bolt back in the caliper. The bolt, just so I have it in case I need it for the new ones. So I'll put that back in there for safekeeping, I guess you call it, right? These are out. You know, let me grab my pry bar quick because I'm probably going to need it. All right, let's see if we get this thing out of here. I've kind of been neglecting the work on the truck for a while. I just haven't had time to really work on it. So it is what it is, but we'll be back on it and get a few things done. All right, let's hang this thing up. Got a lot of brake fluid in there, that's for sure. All right, there we go. So let's just take this whole thing right out. It's fine. I mean, if you want to go through the hassle of sandblasting, repainting it, and putting new parts in, but I don't know. I think it's just easier to get some new ones. So calipers out. I'm going to take the bracket off here, which holds the caliper on. I want to take that off too. And that's going to be a larger socket. So let me find that socket real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so let's take the bracket off here. Bracket, whatever you call it, it holds the caliper on. So I got a 21 millimeter socket, and I think that should work fine. Well, that's a lot easier than a ratchet, huh? All right, so these are good. I'm gonna sandblast them, put them back on, because there's really nothing wrong with them. And we'll sandblast the bolts too, make them look nice. Still got some brake pads on here. Brake pads, get those out of there. in there. Yeah, brake pads are kind of toasty, huh? I mean, they're not bad, but get rid of them. All right, that's that. Now we can pull the rotor off. That should be hopefully fairly simple. And that'll actually loosen up the load a little bit for just trying to work on the axle. There's no brake rotor on it. This thing probably weighs, I don't know, 30, 40 pounds by itself, you know? So that's all right, we'll take that off. And in here, looks like might have to replace these emergency brake shoes here maybe. Yeah, they're looking kind of worn out. I actually do use the e-brake quite a bit. So, but that's right. We'll put the lug nuts back on for now, and you know, I'll do the same for the other side. I'm not going to bore you with that, so I'll probably fast forward the video to something else. So let me get these lug nuts back on it. Yeah, I want to get this thing sandblasted. I want to get it back in as soon as I can, because you know, I gave myself a year to work on it, but that year is coming up pretty quick. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would. So, yeah, I think for the most part, I'm gonna leave most of this on there. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably just cover this up with some duct tape or whatever. Sandblast the rest and repaint it. And if I've got to replace these, I can replace those later, I think. I'm not sure. Might do it later, might do it sooner than later, but let me get to the other side and let me get all that off. Get some of these brake lines off too, and get it in the sandblast. So hang on.